Dawn breaks across the desert. Red blossoms spring up from a freshly dug grave. A busy street thrums with wasted childhoods. Someone doesn't hear the footsteps creeping behind them. A scream rings out, but is drowned out by the noise. This place is dying. And yet, here you are. Welcome to San Arroyo, hunters. We here at Dubious Creatures present to you the vampire with no name, Final Girl. So, Joe, Trinity, you beeline for the awaiting truck. You don't know what exactly is going on inside. You left Mr. Phillips there, security, dealing with the whole situation, dealing with the, you think, deceased Dr. Kowalski and the fact that there's now formaldehyde everywhere. But you don't have time to give a statement. Pile into the truck, put pedal to the metal, and now the only question is, where the hell are you going?
They're probably still at the Scarlet Sage. Should we? Do you think we should go tell them stuff? Should we go into hiding? Like, what's going on? Because that's the second run-in I was gonna have with the cops, and I don't know if I can deal with that right now.
No, I fully agree. I was thinking maybe we'd go back to mine, but that'll be a little bit too suspicious if anybody tags us on that. So yeah, let's find the others and see what's the what. They won't expect us there.
Okay. Yeah, Trinity is like stripping off her gloves and stuff right now, like all the PPE she had to put on for doing the cadaver examination, and she'll like find a place later to toss all of it.
Joe, could go ahead and give me, let's call this a wits plus drive.
That's 2 successes.
The best way, as you know, to attract attention when driving away from a potential crime scene is to drive like a maniac. You're trying very hard not to drive like a maniac. However, again, because you're sort of in downtown right now, and you can see, perhaps unsurprisingly, there's a bit of hustle and bustle going on in downtown. After all, Floyd Fest is coming up, and it is a big deal for the inhabitants of San Arroyo. Already, even despite it being probably at this point mid-afternoon, there's a lot of people congregating, especially where you know the main venue is, outside of Leone Theater. There's a lot of people setting up in local media. There's a reason why it's called Little Hollywood. It is ostensibly, or at least it was, San Arroyo's own little walk of fame. Everybody from John Wayne to Josiah Crawford at one point walked those same streets on the way to some classic Western film, or at least they did a couple decades ago. And so, as you're trying to, like, you know, get away, you kind of have to slam on the brakes to not hit like a couple of pedestrians who are engaging in that all too Californian pastime of just flagrant jaywalking. Where is Joe at right now, given the aftermath of this confrontation and what she's just learned?
Trinh would pick up on the fact that Joe's knuckles are white on the steering wheel, and she's breathing real hard through her nose. And it's difficult to tell, but maybe she hasn't blinked in like a solid minute. I would say that Joe is channeling her fear into rage.
Eventually, the congestion on the street passes, restrain the urge to floor the gas towards the Scarlet Sage, and eventually it isn't long before you find yourself outside of the hobby shop. Let me ask you, given the information that, I guess, what is the two of you, Maria and Patience, what is your reaction to the information that you've uncovered in Dr. Albuquerque's journal?
Disbelief, terror, the fact that vampires have been a fucking sickness on this place since time immemorial. They probably fed on my ancestors. They didn't just take my fucking mom and just... I have to take a step back. Patience has to take a step back. I think that intimacy I was sharing with Maria just a moment ago vanishes once that realization occurs. Just... holy fuck.
Well, Maria has the drive of curiosity, so I think she's like flipping back and forth between the pages to like confirm all this information and really process that she's about to accept it as probably true, which is a hard double whammy when she just found out vampires exist hours ago.
Yeah, and you are, after all, a historian, a local historian at that. You know of Dr. Albuquerque. He's he's an interesting historical figure. But based on what you knew before, the revelations from this journal paint him in a whole new light. And it's just as terrifying as it is fascinating.
I think the first thing out of her mouth, perhaps insensitively, is a question. How have they stayed hidden all this time? Especially if they used to be known.
I don't know, probably killing people? I mean, until this guy slipped by them, I don't know. I mean, I guess with a name like Dr. Albuquerque, you get away with a lot of shit, but how?
I have no idea. And this was just sitting here. Though then again, who would believe it?
You don't think Trin's friend is like, you know, in cahoots with the local undead population?
Is that something someone can be? From what Joe described earlier, and the image painted in this book, they seem like ravening monsters.
It depends. And Patience at this point is... if Trin's friend was here right now, he would be screaming. Marco would be ripping at his own flesh as she's leaning against the books at this point, getting all of her oily skin all over it.
How deep into flashbacks is Patience at this phase?
Patience is that meme of the cat wearing a helmet. She's got the 1,000-yard stare. She's got it's the 985 stare right now. She's still present, but she is deep in memory.
All right, then Patience, as you look at these lines of text written in Dr. Albuquerque's spidery script, what happened the night your family was taken from you?
I think it was Christmas Eve. That was the only reason why the windows were open. Because air conditioning is really fucking expensive in Arizona, and my parents love to have the fresh desert air despite the risk of valley fever going on. And it smelled beautiful. You know, that smell after rain, petrichor. I was staying up because I wanted to see Santa come in. I was still at that age where you still believe in things like Santa Claus and the Tooth Fairy and terrible things not happening to your family. I crept out of bed for what was the third time, and then there were strangers in the house. There have been people who I didn't know. Apparently they were cousins or uncles or aunts, but this was different. They were wrong. Their eyes didn't glitter the way that guests usually did. They stood at the door like it was a gate and not an entrance. And the moment my mother said, "You can't come in," everything went to hell. And that's where things get a little dark. What I do remember, I remember running. They always say blood smells like pennies, but it smells like steak. It smells like raw steak before you've thrown it on the grill. It's heavy and oppressive, and it never gets out of your clothes.
And you remember that they called after you. You remember that they were laughing. A horrible, empty laugh. You remember as you ran into the darkness, blood-stained, tears streaming from your eyes, you remember, "Run, mate! Run!"
I haven't stopped running. I really haven't. I think Patience at this point, arms crossed, drawn into herself, is weeping. Silently, but the tears are streaming from her eyes as she's just thinking, I've run from it all my life, and it was sitting here, nestled into the earth, just like the rest of my life.
I think Maria has put a hand on Patience's arm and says, "I'm sorry, what's wrong? Do we need to leave?"
Hey, you guys
No,
done here?
I'm
Whoa.
fine.
Marco, at this point, has chosen to check up on you and sees, well, this whole situation.
You might want to give us a moment.
Yeah, no. Do either of you, as you pull up to the outside of the Scarlet Sage, like honk the horn, or do you just barge right in?
I think we just head in. At least that's what I would anticipate, because if we honk, it draws more attention.
Right. So you see, but you barge right in, and it's not a large store by any means, so you immediately clock the little secret chamber. You immediately clock Patience. And also Marco looking just very confused about the whole situation, not really sure what to do.
Oh, you're here. Wait, what happened to you?
No real time to explain, but we need to have a conversation. And I look at him and I say, in private.
Marco, I can cover for them. I can slip something under the table next time. Okay, we need a second.
Okay, I mean, are you guys all right? Like, is something going on?
We're fine. It's just a sewing circle.
Fine, just really fucking dusty in here, okay?
Okay. Trinity, go ahead and give me a, let's call it charisma persuasion.
Would it help if I took out one of the, like, if I honestly took out half the stack that Ruby gave me like the night before and just slipped it to him while I walk by?
Oh, no. That will do wonders. Marco is he's a good guy, but he's not that good of a guy, if you know what I mean. He's not going to play Good Samaritan if there's a financial incentive. So he sees that and he's like, yep, mi casa su casa. I'm just gonna, you know what? I'm just gonna head upstairs. I'm just gonna, yeah.
We'll lock the door.
Yep. All good. Like, and just having handed him a wad of cat, like probably more money that he makes in like a month, at least from, you know, the usual sales of Scarlet Sage, gives you all your privacy.
I think as soon as he leaves, Trinh, who has been on edge, like, and who has barely breathed since like stepping into the car and even like on the drive over, visibly deflates. She looks at Maria and just is kind of like has a crazed look in her eyes and goes over and is like, that the dean, he didn't die normally. He
Drained, right?
drained and like frozen in fear. Like the moment he died, it was, they made sure that it was painful. They made sure that he suffered all the way into the end and maybe beyond. And one of who was working on behalf of the vampires or whatever came in, killed the coroner, and we had to We barely made it out of there. It still gets weirder, honestly.
I'm. So at this point, it is sounding like we need to leave town for a bit.
No, we can't fucking leave. They killed the coroner?
They...
And that they is loaded.
I think Trinh is kind of out of gas and looks at Joe.
No, we can't leave. Whole town will be ate up.
We found that they've been here a long time, and I guess messing with Corzin, or the site, or whatever you want to call it, provokes them.
What?
Guess you get pissed if sheep come out of the flock and sniff around the house, because this whole place is a goddamn sheepfold to them. It's a pantry.
How long have they been here?
Centuries, it seems like.
God damn it.
Patience's people and many others have all known about this site and known not to go near it, and I don't know how far back that goes. And apparently, Dr. fucking Albuquerque found out about this, and she, knuckle wraps the book. I don't know what we do about this.
I'm sorry, the alcohol guy? The Vermello guy?
Yes, the quack Vermello guy.
Yep, took all his shitty liquor and instead of burning the whole lot of him, he just let him live and write about it in his stupid little journal. Can't believe it. Could have been spared so much shit.
Well, no good resting on couldas. Fact of the matter is, it's almost Floyd Fest and this place is crawling with people. That's just a buffet. That's a smorgasbord for these people.
Now, not to put too fine a point on it, but what if there's a reason that Native Americans didn't end them? If they're confined to this area and this site, they decided to put up warnings and play keep away. There has to be a reason for that.
I mean, you saw what they did to Vincent, right? Imagine that, but a lot older.
And a lot worse.
So that's exactly my point. As much as I want to get down there and learn everything possible about it, what are the four of us gonna do?
Maybe there was something keeping them back, this inverse sun symbol. Maybe, I mean, we wouldn't, my people, any of these people, they wouldn't have lived long enough to have generations nowadays and write about this if they didn't know how to keep them in.
Did you...
Maybe there's like vampire repellent or some shit.
You said an inward sun? An inverse sun? And Trinh, goes over, there's probably a notebook behind the cashier's desk or whatever, and draws the symbol that she found on the body of the dean and just slides it over to Patience and Maria, like this.
Oh, shit.
It's almost the exact same.
This was on, ritualistically, they carved it into him. So whatever's going on, it's I think it's bigger than just the ecosystem responding to incursion or something. I think they're gearing up for something. They wouldn't go through with all of this ritualistic stuff if it were merely just keeping things under wraps. There's something coinciding, I think.
If they're making the symbol, then that's not what kept them in.
I think that Trin's got a point. They're almost like cicadas coming out of the ground. There's some reason why it's happening now.
That came in. I don't think he said that. He said something along the lines that they weren't party to this, that this was something else. This was another group or something. I think, is there a thing like vampire factionalism? Is one of them keeping the one in and one is trying to get out? Maybe that's it. Maybe we're just crossed in the crossfire of all of this. We're in the middle of it. There's cicadas, and then there's the pest control.
Right, exactly. And honestly, I think it all ties back to the amusement park.
I mean, that's why we went down there in the first place, is the amusement park construction churned up the site, so we went in to preserve it.
That's exactly it. They're coming out of their shells before they're supposed to, or maybe that's the way that they kept them in. We disturbed the earth. It's fucking poltergeist.
So how do we close it back up?
I don't know.
I don't know. If they're intelligent enough to have people working for them, I don't know if that means government cover-up, or if there's, I don't know, fucking werewolves out there as well.
I wouldn't put it past it. And that desert's full of something. That vastness will get you, and I wouldn't be surprised if there are other critters out there. Big ones. Probably ones at odds with whatever's crawling out of the earth right now.
Well, Joe, you know one person who knows red rocks even better than you.
It's time for a visit to Slim. Patience, you up for seeing the old man?
Patience takes a deep breath, wipes the remaining tears from her eyes. You know, I'd really like that, actually.
Yeah, me too.
Only thing with visiting Slim, which is by no means impossible, but he lives in an assisted living facility all the way down in Vesper Springs, was about maybe 30 miles outside of San Arroyo.
Yeah, looks like it's time for a damn road trip.
Shotgun.
Is there I'm not saying anybody needs to come with me, except for maybe Patience, but Trinh, Maria, if you don't want to get involved in this, you don't have to. This is a time you can bail out.
I think us splitting up again right now is a poor plan. But
Well, I just wanted you to be able to make your own decisions.
listen, I do have perhaps an open line in San Francisco. If we I've had my reasons for coming back to San Arroyo, but that is looking pretty good right now. If I don't think I can just leave you all to this, but I don't know, Trinh or Patience or Joe, you sound like you're staying.
Yeah, I'm staying.
I have to stay. They almost killed Vincent. I can't let that go.
And they did kill my brother. I don't have confirmation, but I know it in my bones.
And Patience?
Yeah?
Are you sure you want to stay and deal with this?
Of course I do. I'm not a little girl, and if someone is going to be the steward of San Arroyo, it's gonna be me. Besides, I already said I was gonna take the front seat. We going or what?
Okay, fine. Now I gotta think about... I might have some things that might help us in vampire hunting.
Go on.
Well, I have access to a lot of sharp implements and chemicals that civilians usually don't have a great access to. It's usually for cleaning and preserving things, but I'm considering making weapons in the back of my truck, aren't I?
Yeah, you are.
Great, cool, awesome. This is a weird day.
I certainly have some resources that might help you with that as well. But I'm starting to formulate an idea, and y'all can jump in and tell me if this is crazy, but this idea of them being cicadas and coming out of the ground, the construction on the amusement park, churning up the soil, I'm wondering if that's the maw of hell, what happens if we bring hellfire to them? Bottleneck them. I mean, they gotta go somewhere, right? Maybe that's where they're coming from.
Controlled burns.
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm talking about.
If you guys give me a bit before leaving, I don't mind I could take more of a look around this place. I've been here for a while, so maybe I can dig up some stuff in terms of that, see if there's anything about pest control.
That's brilliant. Maybe we all take, what do you say, an hour? Get our stuff together, whatever that may be. Munitions building, research. And we'll meet back here, and we'll head down see Slim.
All right. Fair warning. You know, on a good day, it takes about 1.5, 2 hours to get down to Vesper Springs. Given the amount of congestion on the highway right now, it might take a bit longer than that. You also know that you got maybe, especially since it's late October, 6-ish hours of daylight left.
All right, better make that a half hour.
All right. So in the spirit of preparation, for presumably everybody is going to be setting out on this little excursion northwest.
Sounds like.
All right. So in terms of preparation then, what is everybody doing?
I would like to make an edge test using my library. If anyone would like to do that with me, I will get extra dice because I have the group study add-on to that.
I would like to help.
All right. So in that case, go ahead, Trinity, and give me Resolve plus Academics.
That would be 4 successes, which I'm going to willpower into 4 successes.
What precisely, what information are you trying to glean?
So now knowing about the pre-colonial cultures, the pictogram, and Dr. Albuquerque's research, I'm going back into that and trying to find any semblance of a way beyond the pictograms of killing them, culling them, making sure that they stay in the ground.
So looking through Dr. Albuquerque's notes, and he... Again, this is a journal. It's not an academic dissertation. It's not a historia. So, and this guy was clearly fascinated by a lot of things in the region. There's a whole section on Datura rubedo, the red Jimson weed flowers that are endemic, really only to Yorkshire County. He was clearly fascinated with it because apparently he had some sort of hypothesis that it was somehow connected to this place that he referred to as Corazon, which is an interesting title because Corazon, as far as you're aware, that's Thelema, that's Aleister Crowley stuff. It's the spirit of the abyss, it's the demon of dispersion. And he's not very clear whether or not he means that in a literal sense or more of a metaphorical sense. But regardless, with 4 successes, you managed to glean, based on his observations, the basics. Seems that fire bad, although you got a first-hand example of that back at the Lucky Lotus, so you're not entirely surprised. Sunlight, also, again, given that you're dealing with vampires, probably not that surprising. Apparently, stakes to the heart are a thing, although the text implies that this is less a means of dispatching them, more a way of incapacitating them. Although based on the content of the text, you're not really sure if the good doctor actually tested this theory at any point.
I swear to God, if he's about to suggest that the plant is red because of all the blood.
You read a little bit further, and I mean, he doesn't say it, but well, yeah, you can read between the lines.
God damn it.
It's like a really bad horror novel, isn't it?
Yes, this is all starting to seem terribly cliche somehow. Except now it's happening to us, and I'm not a fan of that.
I'll say one more thing. As you read a bit more, somewhat incredulously, into his explorations with the red Jimson weed, there are notes in here about what you think might have been an early version of Vermello. And you realize, here's the thing. You know, Datra is an extremely poisonous hallucinogenic. Apparently, Dr. Albuquerque was trying to find a way to distill specifically those hallucinogenic properties from this plant. The why of it is not clear. He mentions on several occasions about something related to seeing into the realm supernal. That's the exact language he uses. And you're starting to get the idea that maybe, just maybe, this weird local liquor might have started out as this guy's attempt to create some kind of, essentially like Amrita, like some kind of miracle, like some kind of literally miraculous elixir.
Do you, how much do you know about chemistry, Maria?
A fair bit. At least what I need to know for my job.
Okay. Do you think you have equipment to potentially distill, like, floral essence into a hallucinogenic?
It would be hard at home, but I could probably, if I can get access to the labs on campus again, maybe?
Okay. Not the first trip I've been on, but we could try.
I think we need to go see Slim first, but...
Yeah, I will say, Maria, mechanically speaking, you could definitely attempt this. I will say, though, if you want to try this, you'll have to choose between doing that or going on this road trip. Given that you are not a bootlegger by trade, it will definitely take a while.
Yeah, I think we should do this after. I think she's very paranoid about splitting up now.
Fair enough. I just wanted to confirm to you. Is anybody else doing anything here at the Scarlet Sage?
You nerds go do chemistry. We got vampire hunting shit to do.
Yeah, I think that Joe would be sourcing steaks and trying to find whatever she can to stock up.
Road trip snacks too, of course. But Patience always carries white ash in a pouch. Patience also carries her mother's Roadrunner amulet. It is carved of various precious stones, turquoise and jasper and white shell. It's not so much a weapon as it is a preemptive measure. It warns. It'll give us a heads up if things get bad, but the white ash will at least drive the monsters back. And of course, with my youthful little hands, I can get to sharpening stakes.
Joe, you have a small arsenal back home, so getting
Sure,
access
dude.
to that, easy. We did mention that you do happen to have access to Dragon's Breath ammunition.
Yes, indeed. As part of my edge, I do have access to a bunch of weird shit. That's for sure.
Indeed. So I will say, if you would like to make an arsenal edge test,
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and re-roll those failures. Well, fuck. That's only 3 successes.
yeah, I think ultimately, Joe does like the mental math in her head and realizes to get well and truly prepared and still go and see Slim and potentially even go out on an excursion to Red Rocks, fully prepared for whatever may come. Yeah, it's going to take more time than you currently have. Like, you really wish you weren't doing this by the seat of your pants, but that is where you're at right now. You just got to play the hand you're dealt.
Joe's in that mental place of like, you've got a project that's due at like 9 a.m. and it is 4:30 a.m. and she is frantic.
Yeah. So unless there's anything else, I guess it's time for a road trip.
Yay, road trip.
Surely is.
Hey, what's everyone's coffee orders?
Black?
It's a good question.
Trinh prefers Vietnamese coffee, but there's no condensed milk, so she'll pass.
Does espresso count?
You know what? I will get you pure shots of pure espresso. And also, we are in California. There has to be condensed milk somewhere. About the very least, sweetened condensed milk.
We are in SoCal. There for sure is a bodega with condensed milk.
Absolutely. Just pop over to the gas station. I think you'll see patients, aside from carrying a very conspicuous bag of just various vampire killing weapons, desperately trying to balance several cups of fluid, just reaching her little hands through the window. All right, I don't know what's which. Just take a drink, sniff it, let me know if you like it. Joe, the black coffee's on the right. You could tell because it's burning my hands.
I'll just give me that, will you?
Maria hurriedly takes
I
hers.
want us to die in a car crash.
Hawks does that thing that dogs do when they very clearly want the thing that you currently have and are making it quite apparent by being just all up in your business. Like the person
Hawks,
closest to Hawks is getting his big dumb head just all up in your coffee order.
Hawks, get your big old shovel head down. Jesus. Sorry about that.
He does, but just with the saddest eyes.
Don't you get
Aw.
pathetic on me. I don't want none of your sass. We're going to see your granddad.
He perks up a little at that.
Yeah, I don't know what else to call him. Great uncle, granddad. Much of a street rat as you are, really.
All right. So it's a bit of a tight fit, especially with a very large dog, but nevertheless, heading down to Vesper Springs. Vesper Springs. It's directly northwest of San Arroyo. It's a smaller town, roughly maybe 50,000 people. It's also much newer town than San Arroyo. San Arroyo is the oldest city, not just in the county, but like in the region. But Vesper Springs only really exists because of the interstate. It only exists because it was created, like a lot of towns were, especially in the 60s and 70s, because of a natural sort of coalescence of people that came about of all these new highway projects. Now, it's named specifically after the Vesper Springs fountainhead, which is this very beautiful and alien landscape formed from an underground branch of the Mojave River that's heated by the magma of the San Andreas Fault, resulting in these very, very strange but very beautiful hot springs. It was often used as the backdrop for a lot of sci-fi films, in point of fact, back in San Arroyo's filming heyday. And there's other locations too. There's the seminary school, the old Boot Hill Saloon historic site, but for the most part, it's suburbia. It's something of a bedroom community for San Arroyo. It's also got quite a few retirees, who have migrated here kind of from the hustle and bustle of the big city. Thusly, a lot of retirement communities, including the Shady Palms retirement home, which we find ourselves outside of, as I think we pull up outside of this large, very Adobe-styled complex, as a lot of the buildings just in this region generally are. Trinity is out. And she's so out, in fact, that Hawks and his big dumb head are fully on top of her and also asleep, and she does not notice whatsoever. I will say, though, before we get to this next scene, is there any conversations, anything else anybody wants to do during the car ride? Because it is a bit of a long trek through essentially a admittedly scenic but rather desolate stretch of a desert.
Joe looks in the rearview mirror and glances at Maria and says, "What's your deal?"
Oh, What's my deal? I'm not sure what you mean.
Yeah, what is it about you? What? I know you are finding out about all this, and yeah, it's kind of a nightmare you got dragged into. But what? I'm sorry when someone says that they are going to figure out how to make a high-grade explosive in the back of a truck. Well, that's usually my neck of the woods. So, what is your deal?
Well, I'm an archaeologist and, well, anthropologist technically, but I've just had to go to a lot of different places and use a lot of different tools to find and preserve history, I suppose.
What brings you to Santa Royal?
I grew up here, believe it or not. I went to school in Berkeley, but came back here to work.
Why'd you come back here? Why not Egypt or somewhere in South America, some place other than, a rotting cesspool full of vampires?
Well, I didn't know it was a rotting cesspool full of vampires at the time. I just thought it was a normal cesspool. But it was more because, I don't know, America in particular it takes a perverse pleasure in trying to erase all the history that's here. And I knew there was a lot to tell about San Arroyo, even if it's San Arroyo now, but I just didn't want everything to get lost beneath movies and amusement parks, I guess.
That's a noble reason to come back.
I mean, I only got to do field work so often. I mostly taught.
Well, it seems as though you'll be able to do a little clandestine field work, whether you signed up for it or not.
Yeah, and to be honest, as fucked up and dangerous as this is, it will be good to be back in it, I think. It'll keep my mind focused.
I know the feeling. I hate to say it, but I do love the place. As much as it's probably sucking the life out of me. Forgive the pun.
So this means we have to, break the news about the vampires, right? If we want this place to get any better.
Well, I think it means we play it close to the vest. Slim will have an idea of what to do. Yeah, he tends to keep a tight lid on things, but if he says we blow it wide open, get press involved, and I don't know, get the fucking National Guard out here, then so be it. I know Slim wouldn't do wrong by us.
Weirdly, people might be more inclined to listen to you talking crazy about vampires than me at this point, so...
Well, it does help to have a certain kind of reputation, so I'm happy to throw myself under the bus if it comes down to it. Don't you worry. You'll still have your job after this. Any career pursuits.
I don't have a job currently. I got let go just a week ago.
Well, shit. I guess hunting vampires is your calling then.
Oh, God, I hope not.
At any rate, thanks for just letting me know a little bit about you. And
well, I mean, you could ask Patience as well. I kind of already gave her the whole deal.
yeah, I know you two were on a date while we were off, I don't know, blowing up vampires and punching guys in the face in the morgue. So, yeah.
Isn't Patience in the car with us?
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But Patience is passed out in the front seat, drooling on the nice upholstery.
Oh, so Patience and Trinh are out. Okay.
It's been
Kids need a
Nice
nap.
upholstery.
it's been a lot these past 48 hours, in fairness.
Yeah, I guess it's nice that y'all are of an open-minded persuasion. That's kind of why I got let go. So
Yeah, that's academia for you, huh?
yep.
I'm mighty sorry about that.
At this point, I am just trying to put it behind me and hopefully bury vampires on top of it.
Well, that's a hell of a way to shift careers, so good on you.
Thank you. I feel insane.
Eventually, pull up outside Shady Palms. Walking in, it's a nice retirement home. In all fairness, like it's not one of those places where, you know, elderly folks are put out to pasture. And the receptionist knows you on a first name basis, Joe. You come here pretty often. You come here more than his kids do, in point of fact.
Well, hi there, Gladys. Nice to see you.
Oh, Joe, darling, are you here to see Slim?
Yeah, that's right. I brought some friends. They were curious about some of the parkland around the trailer, and well, I just figure might as well hear it from the horse's mouth.
Oh, well.
Yeah, we didn't even sneak in vodka this time.
Holy shit, she's awake.
I've been awake.
I am also awake.
All right. Well, it's lovely to meet you all. All you got to do is sign in, and then we'll see how. Well, full disclosure, Mr. Jenkins is, I suppose he's what you might call a bit of an acquired taste, and he's real fired up right now about something or other. So.
Ain't that just the way? I'm sorry, it might be giving you some trouble. As you know, this is Patience, and this is Jessica and Sarah. They're from the university. And I turn and give them a very knowing look of like, when you sign in, you do not put your real name on this.
Oh, you're from Stryber, are you? Go Pronghorns.
Yep.
Go Pronghorns.
Go Pronghorns.
All right, well, we'll get you signed in, and then we'll get you up to see Mr. Jenkins.
Joe just scrawls her name on there and the date and hands a pen off.
And indeed, Gladys, very accommodating, eventually takes you up to Slim's room. As you knock on the door, you can hear the sound of like a TV on inside.
I'll just go ahead and knock.
What?
Slim, it's me.
What are you waiting for?
Well, I'm being polite.
I got no fucking privacy as is. You might as well come in.
Yeah, you better have your fucking pants on. I open the door.
You open the door, and it's a modest, essentially like apartment style abode. It's a nice little, nice but Spartan. Living room with small kitchenette. You can see a door heading off to presumably bedroom. There's a large window that looks out onto the admittedly somewhat dusty looking expanse of the rest of Vesper Springs. But nice view of the mountains, though. You can see Slim himself is sitting in like in a lazy boy armchair. There's a TV in the corner, which you see is tuned on to C-SPAN. It looks to be some kind of like congressional hearing. There's a guy that the caption underneath says Lieutenant Colonel Ollie North, who appears to be testifying. You see Slim, and Slim is this, he lives up to his name. Wayne Jenkins is this elderly, very, very wiry in that way that like older people who exercise a lot often are. black man with a face that is. He's got one of those faces where he's just been outdoors so much that the skin is like essentially the consistency of leather. It's like it's old, it's craggy, it's hard bitten. But his eyes are the most youthful thing about him. As you see him watching this congressional hearing, and you just see him chuckle like, yeah, that's right, squirm, you fucking fascist.
Well, Slim Jenkins.
Joe Carter and
Ensemble.
company. Well, I do not find myself in the seat of so many young ladies these days.
Well, I'd like to introduce you to these fine folk. I respect them a whole hell of a lot, and they've got a lot to offer, and we have many questions for you, so figured it was better than a phone call. You'd hang up on me anyway, so.
Yeah, well, you can't trust the fucking phone companies these days. I mean, Hoover might be dead, but his fucking jackboots sure shit aren't.
Yeah, we know he's on everybody's phone. This is Patience, Maria, and Trinity.
Okay, I was waiting to introduce myself. Okay, I'm back to Maria. Got it.
Yeah, you can drop the charade. I just didn't want Gladys there to be any the wiser again.
You see Slim, he does get up and he does shake each of your hands individually, but then he goes over to the door, pokes his head out, looks left, looks right, and then closes it. Again, not a lot of decoration in here, but you do see a couple of things. You see there's a couple of frame pictures on the wall. A few of them are of, look to be, woman and a couple of young children. A much younger Slim is in a couple of these photos, and some of these photos are pretty old, like black and white old. And another one is a framed photo of, looks to be Mr. Jenkins maybe in his early 20s in a U.S. Army dress uniform.
Damn, Pops, were you a nom? He's like pretty old.
Kiddo, I was there at D-Day.
Shit.
Oh, shit.
Prehistoric.
Yeah, went off to war to fight the fascists, then found a bunch of them fucking cropping up in my backyard.
It's the Reagan years.
Fuck that guy. Sincerely.
Absolutely. Fuck that guy.
Fuck him. Fuck the horse he came in on.
No argument here.
Nice to see you're keeping respectable company, Joe. Alright, so, well, take it this ain't a social visit.
It's not, and you might want to sit back down.
Alright. He does. It's like, I'd offer the rest of you refreshments or something, but I don't got much. And at my age, anything I put in my body sadly may come out rather painfully later.
Pleasantries aside, Slim, we have a problem in San Arroyo. One that could, well, quite frankly, it could take out the whole state of California if we're not careful.
Shit, it's a problem with fangs.
Certainly is.
Fuck. Okay, give me the whole down low. Don't spare any detail.
And I do exactly that. I tell him about what happened with when Trinh and I were cornered over there, and I tell her about what happened at the morgue. I hand it off to Patience and Maria for their research. Make sure we get the full account to him.
That energy to him, and again, he is old. Like, he's definitely pushing, like, his 80s, but he's the most energetic octogenarian you've ever met. Even as he's sitting down, you can see his fingers are constantly twitching. They're drumming the armrests. But he's silent the entire time as he just absorbs all the information, and when Joe finally finishes... Fuck. Those motherfuckers. I mean, honestly, it's like, you think or a city so immersed in cinema they'd know not to go fucking the pervert. Fucking. God damn it, you don't poke the bear. You don't see the tunnel system leading into God knows what. Like, oh, no offense, Miss Winters. Yeah, let's go peruse around in that shit. I'm sure that'll go well. God damn it.
Yeah, that's what I said. Listen, Slim, we got this kind of working theory that maybe they're like insects, like those burrowing kind that go underground for 17 years, and maybe they're coming out of the ground because they flip the soil. I'm wondering maybe if that cave, if it's like the maw, the entrance, if we were to cut it off or something like that, if it would squash a bunch of roaches before they get out, you know?
I don't quite know. I always knew there was something off about that place.
How long have you known about them?
Well, first found out about them when I was overseas. After dark, they would come out, you see, like fucking flies on shit, feasting on, well, really anything that had the misfortune of being out in the open.
Whoa, wait. They're in Europe too?
Young lady.
See, I figured they were from Europe. I didn't think they would be everywhere so long.
See, I thought they were just an ancient creature in the Americas that we were calling vampires because that's the closest thing.
Look. And he gets, all of a sudden that energy slightly fades as his expression becomes very grave. First time I ever ran into one of those things. Gotta understand, at the time, I thought it was the shell shock. I never seen anything like it. I never wanted to see anything like it. The way they just saw the blood, saw the carnage in the fucking air. It was a meat grinder in Europe. Might as well have rung a dinner bell. When I got back home, I tried to bury it. I really did, I'm ashamed to say. Convinced myself that it was just something I had to get over, something that my brain conjured up because the enormity that war, fucking industrialized slaughter, it's just too much.
But you found they were buried too close to home, right?
Yes, ma'am. Now, the ones, you gotta understand, there's different varietals. I don't know how else to say it. I guess ferals, the ones I remember, they're basically animals in very convincing human suits. Well, maybe animals is the wrong word. Animals hunt to eat. These things, I don't know. They hunt for some other reason.
Cruelty? For fun?
I get the expressed feeling you've had a first-hand experience.
Patience's eyes are getting misty just as she thinks about it. Yeah, my parents, most of my family actually, ripped apart one night. They used me for sport.
Maria puts a hand on her shoulder.
I am truly sorry, ma'am. That can't even begin to imagine.
Thanks. It's good to know someone else who gets it.
But as I was saying,
Did you kill any of them on this side of the world?
couple. But as I was saying, that's about the time I ran into the other varietal. The ones that, for lack of a better term, have a much more convincing human suit.
can you tell us a little bit more about this varietal? I know we've been over it a million times, but this human suit. Listen, it's Floyd Fest. Like you said, it's a meat grinder, just in a different context. There's gonna be tons of people. We gotta know what these things are, what they look like, and what we can do.
Well, the way I figure it, these, civilized varietals, they prefer to blend in. They set up shop, urban areas. They go to ground, and they work very hard to not draw attention to their, evening activities. And they ain't too fond of their wilder cousins. Not out of any real sense of morality, I expect, but mostly because I imagine having them on their doorstep tends to draw attention that they don't want. Now these, urban parasites, they're hard to spot. They're good at keeping a low profile. I suspect some of them have been doing it for a long time. Had a couple run-ins. Even had a conversation with one, believe it or not, that didn't end a complete shit show.
Really?
Yes, ma'am. It was a eye-opening experience.
Sorry, I won't distract from the story, but I desperately want to ask, what did they say?
Well, I got the distinct impression from this one that if he wanted me dead, I'd be dead. Not a shadow of doubt in my mind, but for whatever reason, he felt it was better to settle with words rather than, you know. Couldn't tell you his motivation.
I have a bit of a theory. You and Joe used to work in the park service, right?
Yes, indeed. That was started out as a day job. I always liked the outdoors ever since I was a youngin'. Didn't mean for it to turn into a bit of a cover for other activities, but it just sort of panned out that way. Once you seen all that, well, can't really unsee it is the thing. Once you're part of that world, you're part of it. Joe knows that all too well.
I keep thinking about it, how, and now we know that at least for some of them, they don't kill on site. A lot of them do. We've certainly encountered the violent ones, the cleanup crew, but I wonder if... Fuck, I can't believe I'm saying this. I wonder if we can negotiate. If they're trying to keep something back, if they're trying to make sure nothing's crawling out of red rocks or whatever, I wonder if maybe we could garner assistance, or at least help.
The enemy of my enemy is my friend, sort of thing.
Yes. I think it would be dangerous. I don't know if it would be the most sustainable thing, but for the moment, it might be worth doing.
Well, there's a chance I may have shot one in the kneecaps, so I don't know how up to negotiating they might be now.
I suspect that little Renfield son of a bitch was there, part of a cleanup crew. From what you told me, sounds like a instance of wrong place, right time.
Right. Well, what do you think, Slim? Is negotiation on the table, or do we just bug bomb them?
Gotta be real fucking careful, kid.
Yeah,
These creatures, they like their privacy. If they think you're a threat to that, they go full scorched earth. The only reason I think I'm still kicking is because, well, I suspect the individual I had a conversation with knew if I went ranting about vampires, no one would believe me.
Right, exactly. Listen, I'm not going to drag you out of retirement, but any help or insight you think? I mean, I'll certainly keep a loaded gun in my back pocket, but not gonna.
Oh, don't you start now, Joe. You just came to me with the words fate of fucking San Arroyo. And you can't just leave me high and dry with that.
Well, I certainly can't sneak you out the back. Gladys has got this place locked down stronger than Fort Knox.
Oh, please, I sneak out of here all the time.
Nah, I know you do.
Hot goddamn Nazis. I can deal with one overprotected nurse.
Well, what do you say? You up for one more go?
Well, it's not exactly like I had much planned for tonight.
Well, we're on a little bit of a time crunch, so should probably get our shit together before, San Arroyo falls into the San Andreas Fault.
Right. Well, at this current instance, what you need is intel. Right now, you got a lot of puzzle pieces and no goddamn idea how any of them fit together.
Yeah.
Now, as you mentioned, Miss Fung, was it?
Yes.
Miss Fung, as you mentioned, the negotiation angle. Based on what happened to your brother, I'm willing to bet the Wild Ones were responsible for all that. Sounds what happened at the salon, that very much sounds like their style. So the enemy of my enemy angle is not, well, it's not inconceivable. I'd say if you want to pull on that particular thread, I'd look after this Mike Phillips character. Imagine if you follow that to its origin point, you're gonna find one of these bloodsuckers at the end of it. Now, how open they'll be to a conversation, that's another thing.
I think if they really want to stay private, I don't think they would necessarily. If they're doing something like attacking civilians, just randomly targeting them, that has to count for something. That has to be leverage. If I can at least pretend to cooperate, something like that.
Maybe. This guy said he was a private eye.
Something like that. I don't even know if that's necessarily true. He could just be lying.
He wasn't lying, but he's probably in the phone book. If he's in the phone book, you might just be able to track him down. Or at the very least, track down whatever the hell kind of front they're operating. Most private dicks I know don't break into, well, okay, some do, but most of them don't assassinate the coroner after the fact.
The way we left him, I think he's in police holding, if anything. It's my guess. Maybe we could try and sneak in, ask him about something, or I don't know.
Maybe he's got an office. I don't know. I'm just spitballing ideas here. I would supremely recommend not going charging into fucking Red Rocks until you got a more concrete picture of what the fuck is going on. That place.
Hell no.
That place is. I don't know what it is, but it ain't for the living.
Cursed. That place is cursed, and you know it.
I mean, if there's a better term for it, I can't think of it right this second.
I'm curious to ask, what have you two seen out there?
Well, my brother got. I saw that.
Yeah, folks go disappearing up in Red Rocks all the time. Most of the time it's chalked up to wild animal attacks, accidents. Sometimes it is, but sometimes... I don't know what it is about that place, but it draws in, especially the ferals. Run into a couple of strays. More, beast than man at that point. Not terribly difficult to sniff out. A couple other weirder things I can't rightly explain. Apparently there's werewolves up by the Devil's Punch Bowl, if you believe the rumors.
And I do.
Okay, adding werewolves to the
Ain't
pile.
touching that with a 30-foot pole.
Yeah, let's leave the werewolves be unless we actually need them for something, maybe.
Yeah, trust me. Shape-shifting monsters have a lot different meaning where I'm from.
Desert was not a place that man was meant to live in. And I suspect a lot of the creepy crawlies from way back when knew that all too well. That's why they congregate out here. Last place any...
Maybe not some parts of the desert.
Well, maybe. I suppose you would know better than me.
Seems like the folks back then were keeping him away till some fucking Dr. Alfredo, what was it, Albuquerque decided to stick his damn nose in.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I thought that was
I mean, Alfredo isn't any less ridiculous.
until this conversation, I thought that was some kind of marketing gimmick for the boys behind Vermello.
No, he's very real, and I think did a lot of psychoactive drugs. So now we get a batshit journal about vampires out of it.
I mean, I was there in the 60s. We were all doing batshit drugs. Not the 1860s. I'm not that fucking old. I can sneak out past Nurse Ratchet, maybe rattle a few cages.
Yeah, I think that's the move. Don't call her Nurse Ratchet. She's a nice lady.
She reminds me of my ex-wife.
Well, get over it, would you?
She was a nice lady at first.
Not that I want to split up again, but it occurs to me that thanks to the encounter, they know about Joe and Trinh, and you, Slim, it seems like. But they don't know about me and Patience.
Well, if our lead is in the police station, he might not know about me, but the local authorities sure do.
Yeah, but do they know that you're in the know?
Maybe, maybe not. We shouldn't go in guns blazing is all.
I'm just trying to think if there's a way for us to leverage that. Because enemy of my enemy is good and all, but I don't know. It doesn't seem like the other ones are much better.
I think it needs to be a last resort thing. We go as far as we can, and if it gets to it, then we negotiate. But we do this, and if all goes right, we get the fuck out of here.
All right. Well, in the meantime, we need a base of operations, and not that I mind your company, but I'm afraid my little luxury suite ain't gonna cut it.
Well, we've got mine.
I mean, it's mobile. That's an advantage.
That's true.
All right.
I mean, there's also my place as well, since I don't think anything's been traced back there yet.
Well, Joe, no offense, but you are kind of known about town.
Well, if I am, it's your fault. But I understand.
Oh, I have been on the news a bunch, so... But it wasn't for vampire stuff, so...
Well, I would say, Miss Winters, if you wouldn't mind terribly, I wouldn't mind plotting our vampire hunting escapades in a place with air conditioning.
Yeah, okay.
All right, well, in that case, and with your permission, ma'am, I recommend that we all rendezvous back at Miss Winter's place before sundown.
All right. Slim, you're coming with me.
Evil help B&E, little distraction, little misdemeanor felony.
I like your friends, Joe.
Yeah, well, they keep me honest.
All right, let's get up to some mischief. So, girls, how are you planning on smuggling Slim out of this retirement community?
Our nurse is our main obstacle, right?
Pretty much. Gladys is the main bulwark separating him from the outside world.
I'm wondering if Joe plots a little bit about talking about some insurance discrepancy that somehow she got when one of the other kids was supposed to get it, and she may be she may have power of attorney sort of thing, and get her real tangled up in that conversation.
The thing is, that would definitely be a social role, and you were not exactly the most social character by your stats.
That is very true.
I've got some ability. I could ask her about someone I know who might be interested in this place.
All right. Let's see, what would be a good role for filibuster? And if anybody wants to assist with this, by all means, I would say give me a role of either charisma or charisma or manipulation plus subterfuge.
I'd like to tag in and use all of my nursing knowledge to just any question that Maria asks, I'm going to back it up with and what is this place's talk about medication, what kind of care they're giving, and just really ask them to be specific about them, draw it out.
Okay.
And that leaves the crime to Patience and I.
All right. So first of all, go ahead and give me that again, charisma or manipulation plus subterfuge, which leaves the skullduggery for whatever the rest of the cell is doing.
Oh, we're absolutely just sneaking him out the back as if we're going to step out for a cigarette with him.
1000%. I'll give him my flannel even. Just throw it over your head, slouch a little.
As casual as you may.
Absolutely. In that case, could the both of you give me... Yeah, let's call this just straight Dex plus Stealth. Dex plus Stealth or Dex plus Larceny? I'll let you choose.
That's 4 successes.
Between the charm offensive and the two of you, I'd say, yeah, you managed to get him out of here.
Brilliant.
Pretty efficiently. Gladys will probably at some point notice that he's gone, but yeah, you feel at least you got a good head start.